I want to talk about social streaming. There's been some questions people ask all the time, and it leads us to believe there's some misunderstanding about how social streaming works. So our setup is such that if you stream from your church, I'm going to start this off by saying I'm not an artist, so you'll have to forgive my terrible drawings. But let's say this is your church, and one of the reasons for social streaming is when you try to send multiple streams outside of your church to the web, this volume is, if you're sending to 3 different places, the volume is times 3. Instead of a single signal worth of bandwidth, you have 3 signals worth of bandwidth trying to get out through your internet connection. It often leads to signal failure and signal interruption, as well as it becomes really stressful on your computer. So if you're streaming from a computer and it's trying to process 3 signals, it can overheat. It can begin to, you'll see things like offset audio and video, the sync issues in audio and video, and a number of signals that your computer will tell you that it's overworking. Most of the streaming softwares will tell you what percentage of CPU usage you're at, and typically give you a warning, and you'll see that in the various softwares for the most part. So you can see the dilemma: 2 signals, 3 signals, extra pressure on your computer, and all of that adds up to streaming issues. Typically one of these are going to drop out and stop streaming. In most cases, most often, it's the web streaming to your website. We feel that's the most important one. It's because it's the one that you own, and it's the one that you can control most. So another option for all of this is social streaming or social restreaming, to where you're sending out from your computer, from your building, a single source. And that single source is going out to a server. We're going to call that a server. Let me see if I can. The way our setup works is you just send a single signal out of your building. Your computer processes that single signal, sends it out of your building via your internet provider, and it goes to our server. And then we do all of the processing from there to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We do have setups that can go to some different channels if you choose to want to go to some different channels. But primarily, these are the ones where most people are most likely to see the content. And so this setup takes the pressure off of your internet signal, as well as off of your computer. You're sending a single signal. Your computer should be able to process that in most cases if you have a robust streaming computer. And if you have enough internet upload speed from your internet service provider, then this should be very fluid. And if you're having buffering, skipping, etc., this very well may take care of that. Social streaming or social restreaming is going to alleviate that pressure on your internet and computer. This has been Mike with StreamingChurch.tv talking about social streaming.